after the solemn ceremony is over, then we're going to have some of that comradeship and enjoy some hot dogs and lawn games and just enjoy being with one another.
Hey everybody, this is Sherry, and today I have a special guest from the College Station American Legion, Susan Marty. She's a U.S. Air Force veteran who's now retired from a career in nonprofit and volunteer management. Susan is now a community volunteer with the Red Cross, the American Legion, church, and the Arts Center. She's a very busy lady, so we're lucky to have her here today. How are you doing today, Susan?
I'm fine today, Sherry. How are you? I'm glad to be here.
Fabulous. So glad to have you. So tell us about the American Legion. What do the people need to know?
So the American Legion was chartered by Congress in 1919 after World War I as a service organization for veterans. It is the oldest and largest veteran service organization, and we have 1.6 million members internationally. So there's actually a couple of American Legion posts for American veterans who have retired somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a big membership.
That's a big membership. And so when our national commander goes in front of Congress and lobbies for benefits for veterans, he can say, I represent 1.6 million people that are veterans that want this.
Yeah. Yeah. And not all veterans are members, right? So there's even more than that.
Right. Oh, right. But we still advocate for all veterans, and almost all of our services that we offer are available for all veterans, not just members. But membership is important. Membership is important.
Great, great. So what kind of things does the American Legion do in the community where they are?
So the American Legion was founded based on some, we call them pillars. Other people would probably call them mission statements, and they center around national security, Americanism, veterans rehabilitation, veterans affairs and rehabilitation, and children and youth. And so all of our programs and activities feed into those four foundational pillars that the American Legion was built on. And so that's really one of the beautiful things, because each American Legion post in each community is an independent organization under those national pillars and the national bylaws and constitution and bylaws. And so they're free to design their post to what fits their community.
Right, right.
So some communities do, for example, here in Texas, one of the big things is Boy State. We send 1,300 boys to Austin every year for a week to learn. It's basically political science camp. The American Legion invented it, we run it, and the boys learn all about how our political system works. So that's one of our Americanism programs that's very big here in the state of Texas. In some other states, American Legion baseball is very big. We don't find here in Texas with our UIL rules that's really a thing for most of our
if it was football, maybe
most of our communities in Texas, but we have a lot of other programs we do. Yeah, exactly. So we do a lot of programs around flag education. We do gosh, now I'm having a little blank moment to get my little notes out. We offer awards for law enforcement and fire and EMT. We recognize those things in our communities. We promote a junior shooting sports program is one of our big programs here locally. The American Legion has professional, we call them service officers. They're advocates, they're hired, they're paid for the state of Texas, who can help all veterans, not just members of the American Legion, help all veterans with their benefits claims. So if they get denied a benefits claim through the VA, our service officers can help them navigate that appeals process and help them get what they're entitled to. In the post level, we often have service officers who don't do that level of advocacy, but they will refer them to the people who know how to do that, and also some other community resources that they might find beneficial if they're in financial trouble, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So something I've seen in the community since I've kind of become a part of it since about October last year is how everybody kind of knows what's going on, and you're such a great community of people who are willing to share the resources and share the information and help each other up. If someone needs a lift, it's do a buddy check, refer them to Pam or someone who can help them. I think that's just amazing. Yeah.
Exactly. It is an ethos that we learned when we were serving in the military to look out for each other, look out for our buddies, our foxhole buddies, and we continue to do it even after we take off the uniform.
Yeah, and I've interviewed a lot of veterans on this podcast here, and one thing that lots of them talk about is the thing they miss the most about being in the military, and the thing that hits them the hardest when they leave is that sense of camaraderie in the community. And so if you're a veteran who's like kind of spinning your wheels and missing that camaraderie and that sense of community, the American Legion is a great organization to join because there it is. These are your people.
Yeah, you're with people who have had similar experiences, and you can share those. We like to call them war stories. They're not always about war. Sometimes they're just funny stories about what you did when you were in the service. But you're with people who have similar values, and it's a safe place
Yeah.
to be yourself.
Yeah, that's excellent. It's I'm not a veteran. I have veterans in every layer of my family, every generation, so they're precious and special to me. And I appreciate y'all letting me kind of become part of this community. I just feel like my puzzle piece kind of fits here. I don't have war stories, but you're just so gracious and welcoming, and I love being this. And I can't wait till there's an auxiliary with this College Station.
Well, actually,
College Station American Legion. That's got to be set up still, I understand, but yeah.
That's correct. We have every intention of standing up an auxiliary post once the Legion side of the house gets so we just got our charter signed. Exciting news. We're official now. We're official. I got my official name badge. I got my official cap here. So that's very exciting, and we're really excited to start doing things in the community. We have our first thing that we're doing for Memorial Day. Actually, we're have again partnered with another fine organization, Wreaths Across America. And on the 24th, we're going to put flags on the graves of veterans at College Station Cemetery in preparation for Memorial Day. And then on Memorial Day itself, we will be having an observance, a very solemn ceremony to recognize our veterans that lost their lives. And that'll be at 11 o'clock at Veterans Park at the Never Forget Garden. And we're going to have the Brazos Valley Chorale is going to be singing the national anthem for us. We have a keynote speaker, Roy May Sr., who is a decorated 30-year Army veteran. And so we're excited about that. And then after the solemn ceremony is over, then we're going to have some of that comradeship and enjoy some hot dogs and lawn games and just enjoy being with one another.
Oh, excellent. And this is open to the public, right?
Absolutely. We absolutely invite the public to attend. We especially want to welcome veterans and their families to attend, but everyone is welcome. If you just are feeling patriotic and want to observe the original intention of Memorial Day before you enjoy your hot dogs and your whatever you're watching sports event, then come out and be with some real patriots. We'd love to have you there.
Yeah, and there's no cost to that, right? It's just
it's
get a hot dog or a hamburger, enjoy
absolutely. Yeah,
enjoy the ceremony. I think it's hard to find a family, especially around here, that doesn't have a veteran in their family or some personal touch with one. So I think almost everyone would at least appreciate the ceremony and seeing how things work there.
We love having somebody come up and say, my grandfather was in the Marine Corps and I used to sit on his lap and look at all his medals. And, those stories are just, they're wonderful. And we love to have people who have military in their background and in their family to come out and share that with us.
That sounds like a great day and some great things you're doing here in the community. And, I think this American Legion branch is going to start growing quickly once we get our feet on the ground and get running.
Yeah. Well, now that we're official, we're taking new members, we're taking a transfer. So Texas has what's called an at-large post at your number 345. So a lot of times when people join online, they're not assigned immediately to a post. And so they're sort of put in this at-large holding post. And so we're reaching out to those 345 Legionnaires and saying, hey, come out and be with us in College Station. Come out and be an in-person member, not a virtual member.
Yeah. So when is the next meeting? If someone wanted to come to the meeting and see how it goes, when would that be? Where is it?
So our next meeting will be on May 18th at 4 p.m. That's 1600 for military folks. And that will be at Fire Station number 6 on University Drive in College Station.
Okay. And we'll put that information in the description as well. We'll also put the information about Memorial Day and about putting the flags on the grave sites. So if you guys want to get in touch, we'll have the website anyway that Ms. Marty here says, so we can reach out to the American Legion to answer questions or to join in, that kind of thing. So we'll have that available for you, so it's easy.
Yes, and so you can put our email address, aggielandpost1938@gmail.com in the comments in a section there, and people can reach out by email. We don't have a website yet, still working on that, and but we'll answer your email.
Good deal. Well, thanks for coming today. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Sherry. Have a great day.